Hello, and welcome to Chess Thoughts, where we dive into the timeless questions of existence, meaning, and what it means to live a full life. Today, we're stepping into the universe of anime, specifically the classic series Cowboy Bebop, to explore one of its most haunting lines. You're gonna carry that weight. If you've watched Cowboy Bebop, you know how it ends. For those who haven't, don't worry. We're not here to spoil the story. Instead, we're going to unpack the deep philosophical implications of this phrase and how it speaks to the human condition. So, what does it mean to carry that weight? And why is this line stuck with so many of us long after the credits rolled? First, let's talk about weight. Not the physical kind, but the emotional, psychological, and existential weight we all carry. Life comes with burdens, regrets about the past, pain from broken relationships, fears for the future. This idea isn't new. Philosophers have grappled with the concept of carrying weight for centuries. Think about Sisyphus in Greek mythology, condemned to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity. Albert Camus famously reinterpreted Sisyphus as a metaphor for human existence. He argued that life is absurd, but we must imagine Sisyphus happy because he finds meaning in the struggle itself. You're going to carry that weight echoes this sentiment. It doesn't deny the pain or the struggle. It acknowledges it as an intrinsic part of being alive. It tells us, your burdens are inescapable, but they're also uniquely yours. Now, let's think about another layer of this phrase, the idea that the weight we carry is often the result of our choices. This ties into the concept of accountability. Jean-Paul Sartre, the existentialist philosopher, said, "Man is condemned to be free." What he meant was that freedom comes with responsibility. Every choice we make shapes our reality, and with it, the burdens we bear. In Cowboy Bebop, each character wrestles with their past decisions. Their stories remind us that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for others. You're going to carry that weight, can feel like a warning. Be mindful of the choices you make, because you'll carry them with you, sometimes forever. But is that weight necessarily a bad thing? Let's shift gears and talk about a more hopeful interpretation. Carrying weight isn't just about pain, it's also about meaning. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and the author of Man's Search for Meaning, argued that suffering is unavoidable, but we can find meaning through how we respond to it. The weight we carry is often tied to what we value most: love, ambition, memories of a life fully lived. These burdens remind us that we've cared, that we've tried, and that we've connected with the world. In a way, carrying that weight is a testament to being fully alive. The characters in Cowboy Bebop are haunted by their pasts, but their journeys show us that the weight we carry can also be transformative. It's through grappling with that weight, acknowledging it, learning from it, that we grow. Let's add another layer. The weight we carry isn't something we have to bear alone. One of the most profound aspects of the human experience is our ability to share our burdens with others. Think about the relationships in your life. When we connect with others, whether through friendship, love, or shared purpose, we often find that the weight feels lighter. This is because shared vulnerability creates bonds. Philosopher Martin Buber described this beautifully in his concept of the I-thou relationship. When we truly see and honor another person as they are, without judgment or pretense, we create a space where both individuals can grow. The weight doesn't disappear, but becomes bearable because it's carried together. The crew in Cowboy Bebop might seem like a group of misfits, but their relationships, however flawed, reflect this truth. They carry their burdens individually, yet they also find solace in their shared journey. Now let's talk about acceptance. Many of us try to run from the weight we carry. We distract ourselves, deny our emotions, or cling to the hope that someday the weight will vanish. But what if the secret isn't to let go of the weight, but to accept it? This idea aligns with Buddhist philosophy. The Buddha taught that suffering is a part of life, but it's our resistance to suffering that causes the most pain. When we stop resisting, when we accept the weight and embrace it as part of our journey, we find peace. Spike Spiegel, the protagonist of Cowboy Bebop, embodies this in his own way. He doesn't try to escape his past. Instead, he confronts it head-on. This doesn't mean his journey is without pain, but it shows us the power of facing our burdens rather than running from them. As we approach the end of today's episode, I want to return to the ambiguity of "you're going to carry that weight." The line doesn't resolve anything. It doesn't tell us whether the weight is good or bad, or if it can ever be put down. And maybe that's the point. Life isn't about finding all the answers, it's about living the questions. So, here's my question for you. What weight are you carrying? And how can you transform that weight into something meaningful? Thank you for joining me on this journey. If today's episode resonated with you, I encourage you to reflect, share your thoughts, and, most importantly, share this conversation with someone who might need to hear it. Until next time, remember, the weight you carry is part of your story, and your story is worth carrying.